Today, we're diving into the fashion from the Gingerrr Movie Premiere. Trust me, these outfits gave us plenty to talk about. First off, shout out to Bisola Aiyeola, one of my absolute favorite actors. I'm so hyped to watch Gingerrr when it officially drops in cinemas on September 26th. Hey Chantel Nation, welcome back to the channel. You only fall under this umbrella if you're a subscriber. Please click on the subscribe button to join the family. We're on our way to 100K and you could make that happen even faster. Thank you so much. Mwah. My name is Chantel, the best fashion analyst you've ever come across. Yeah, I know you can attest to it, so don't even try to argue. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Now, let's talk theme, because this was not your regular red carpet sleigh. The dress code was Peaky Blinders. Just a quick backstory of what the theme actually means, because you all know that I like to do my in-depth research, all right? The Peaky Blinders were notorious British gangsters from 1920s Birmingham. So when you hear Peaky Blinders as the theme, do not think ballroom gowns or fairy dust. Think sharp three-piece suits, flat caps, overcoats, gloves, brogues, ties, and that whole gritty, iconic 1920s mob boss aesthetic. The style back then was all about power, grit, and class with a gangster twist. So for tonight's roast, that's our measuring stick. We'll be rating every look based on how well they captured the essence of Peaky Blinders. If as a guest, you did not look like you were about to run an underground whiskey empire or command a room like a stylish crime boss, then you were off theme. Also, if you clicked on this video hoping for soft glam or fairy tale gowns, wrong party, baby. This is all about gangster chic, and we're roasting and toasting, aka praising accordingly. Let's dive into the looks and see who pulled it off and who just pulled off. Kicking off the roast or praise segments with Inidima Okojie. Inidima came to the Gingerrr premiere looking like she just walked out of a couture gangster fantasy. And the execution is nothing short of bold. To me, this is how you reinterpret Peaky Blinders with a high fashion modern day twist. She opted for a crisp monochromatic ivory white ensemble, which immediately sets her apart from the traditional darker muted tones associated with the Peaky Blinders era. The choice of white is risky, but very intentional. It screams power, sophistication. The fabric is structured, yet fluid. The blazer cinches her waist elegantly without looking stiff, while the flared trousers elongated her frame, giving her that commanding presence. The vest with covered buttons added a retro nod, which I'm here for. Now to the accessories, which is where it gets really dramatic. The oversized hat with crystal fringe is the piece de resistance. It's dramatic, theatrical, and flirts with avant-garde, if you ask me. It channels the Peaky Blinders hat tradition, but flips it into an haute couture statement. The cane wrapped in pearls is pure decadence. She's basically oozing, I run this show and I'll do it with glamour. Add to that the sculptural statement rings and earrings. The oversized hat frames her face, and the fringe created intrigue, almost like she's peeking out from behind a curtain of crystals. Styling and vibe of this look is top-notch. This is not just fashion, it's performance art, which I'm totally here for. Inidima understood the Peaky Blinders brief. She did not just attend the premiere, she owned it, and for that reason, I'm going to rate her a sumptuous 9 out of 10. Now let's talk Bolaji Ogunmola. Or Ogunmola, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that name. She's one of the executive producers of Gingerrr. When you fund the project, you have the right to show up looking like the boss of bosses. And that is exactly what Bolaji did. She stepped out in this buttery chartreuse power suit, layered with a dramatic matching overcoat. This isn't just tailoring. This is tailoring with authority. The fabric is heavy, structured, and drapes like money well spent. The double-breasted cut is sharp, and that exaggerated shoulder line gives her a strong silhouette, which I love. Chartreuse is not for the faint of heart. You wear that shade only if you want all eyes on you. So this proves that Bolaji is that girl, like she wanted to be seen. It's bold and it's definitely loud. Paired with her rich auburn hair, the contrast is fire. It's giving warm on warm. She kept the accessories minimal but intentional. A wine-colored clutch for a pop of contrast, which is a perfect choice because going matchy-matchy with this color would have killed the vibe. The brooch on her lapel adds just enough old-school polish, tying it back to the Peaky Blinders theme in a subtle way. Overall, Bolaji gave us a modern, femme fatale interpretation of the theme. Less gangster on the streets of Birmingham, more boss meets C-suit in Lagos. She gets an 8.5 out of 10 from me. Her look is chic and also commanding. Look Different Maki, also known as LDM, did a fantastic job on the suit, and Benny Styling put the entire outfit together seamlessly. Great job, guys. Next is Timini Egbuson, a Ginger cast member. He clearly walked into this premiere ready to audition for Peaky Blinders Nigeria edition. And you know what? He nailed the brief almost too well. He's rocking a three-piece suit layered with a long overcoat, classic, dapper, and very era appropriate. The fabric is heavy and structured, giving him that proper old-school British gangster weight. That vest cinches his torso perfectly. It looks very crisp. The pinstripe trousers, straight out of the 1920s playbook. They are sharp and elongate his frame as well. Yomodaj styled it just right to keep it gangster. And then for details, we've got the flat cap, gloves, chain detail hanging from the waistcoat, and even a brooch on the lapel. Even the shades add a modern twist without clashing with the theme. My only roast, minor, but I would say it's still a roast, is that tie. I don't know why they opted for something that colorful, something that striped. It's giving off his Christmas party in the middle of all this gangster glory he has going on. I think a deeper muted tie would have sealed the look with sophistication. Maybe he just wanted a splash of personality in between all that grey and black. The coat with its glitter-trimmed lapel, bold move, I must add, it adds a little razzle-dazzle that separates him from just being a theme party extra. And the boots, sleek, polished, and definitely on theme. Timini gets an 8 out of 10. Sharp, commanding, and very on brief outfit. A little too much playfulness in that tie, but overall, he understood the assignment in this T.I. Nathan thing. Okay, let's get into Charles Bond for the Gingerrr premiere, courtesy Willy Clothing. A bold all-red number that had the Peaky Blinders theme doing a double take. First off, the fabric and cut, smooth, mid-weight suiting that holds its structure without looking stiff. The tailoring is roomy, the wide leg trousers, relaxed blazer. They gave him a more fluid, fashion-forward edge, which I like. But then he went the extra mile and anchored it with a fitted waistcoat. I think so that the look doesn't drown him out. The color choice is everything but subtle. This is gangster Valentine's Day in full bloom. A rich deep red from head to toe that demands attention. It's bold, it's risky, and it definitely sets him apart from the sea of greys and blacks typical of the Peaky Blinders theme. Some might say it's off theme, but honestly, this is how you remix a dress code without looking like you raided the costume department. A lapel pin for polish, sleek black shoes for contrast, and the essential Peaky Blinders newsboy cap to tie it all together. That cap saved the outfit, in my opinion. Without it, I think we'd have just been looking at a monochrome three-piece suit with no nod to the theme. He gets an 8 out of 10. Let's talk about Mrs. Welligton herself, Adesua Etomi at the Gingerrr premiere. She came looking like the first lady of the Shelby family. The dress is a structured sleeveless mini with covered buttons running down the front. Clean, sharp tailoring that gives a nod to suiting while still letting her show legs for days. The fabric looks luxurious and stiff enough to hold its shape. No wrinkling, no sagging, just clean lines. She layered it with a long line coat in the same fabric and color draped over her shoulders. That move instantly elevated the look from cute cocktail dress to a powerful Peaky Blinders inspired ensemble. Too much white, as we all know, can go bridal real quick, but the styling of this saved it. The fascinator with its netting veil is that perfect Peaky Blinders nod. It's vintage, it's chic, it's flirty. The silver clutch and clear heels added sparkle without overdoing it. Overall, I think she looked clean, elegant, and commanding. Juliet Peters delivered sharp tailoring, and Unique Works sealed the theme with that fascinator. I'll rate Adesua a 7.5 out of 10 for this. Not a literal Peaky Blinders costume, but I would say a stylish remix that blends vintage elegance with modern chic. Blessing Obasi Nze's look is next on my list. This woman said, forget subtlety. I came to dress like the mob boss and the banker funding the mob, all in one. Fiery red suit, tailored, double-breasted, with strong shoulders and wide leg trousers. The red satin tie with a crisp white shirt underneath is giving powerful, direct, and fully on theme. The style of the outfit has to be this Ankara detailed overcoat, draped dramatically across her shoulders. The print adds texture, heritage, and personality to what could have just been a bold but straightforward red suit. She's carrying a cane with a gold handle. That's a prop, but it works perfectly, giving her the presence of a true mobster matriarch. The fedora hat finishes the look perfectly. That's the exact Peaky Blinders touch she needed. I'll rate Blessing an 8.5 out of 10. Aries understood the brief and he gave us a gangster look with cultural flair. I'm totally here for it. Shifting my attention to Lilian Afegbai at the Gingerrr Movie Premiere. That long line houndstooth coat is rich, structured, and cut to perfection. It's the kind of coat you wear when you're not just in the mob. You run the mob, like you own the mob. Underneath, she kept it clean and crisp with a double-breasted white suit and wide leg trousers. The proportions are balanced, strong shoulders, cinched waist, and a power silhouette that screams authority. The color palette is very on theme, neutral browns and whites. It nods to vintage tailoring but still feels modern and luxe. That matching houndstooth tie, it's chef's kiss coordination. Mwah. Slicked back hair, oversized glasses, and yes, she pulled out a pipe. Baby girl. The entire outfit is giving full Peaky fantasy but elevated with high fashion polish. Lily gets a 9 out of 10 from me for this. Our Guinness World Record breaker herself, Hilda Baci. She opted for a crisp white shirt and black tie combo, tucked into a fitted black miniskirt. Over it, she layered a long pinstripe coat, draped perfectly over the shoulders for that gangster boss aura, balanced out with knee-high leather pointed toe boots. The Chanel sunglasses were pure mob wife chic, which I love. Earrings and rings added sparkle without distracting from the clean lines she had going on. And that slicked back bun, polished to perfection. Although that miniskirt, while bold, I think it titters on secretary cosplay, if not for the trench and boots that saved it. But let's be honest, she carried this look with confidence. The coat, the glasses, the attitude. For that, I'm going to rate her a 7.5 out of 10. Executive producer Bisola Aiyeola did not come to play. Somo by Somo dressed her up in this molten copper mini dress. The Ashoke fabric is rich, it is structured, and it is hugging her in all the right places. That metallic sheen against her skin, gorgeous. I love that she kept her hair sleek and minimal. That middle part bob was the smartest move. Just imagine if chorus were fighting with that cape. It would have been a disaster. Her makeup is sultry, but not screaming louder than the outfit, so the balance is just right. On first glance, I thought Bisola was largely off theme. But on closer look, I could see the creativity. Let me explain. If you look at the back of the dress, you can tell that it's reminiscent of a blazer, but one in the opposite direction. More like a deconstructed take of a classic blazer style. In my opinion, I think it's very glitzy and giving more Nollywood premier glam than 1920s Birmingham gangster. The embellishments and boots scream power and drama, but they don't really whisper authentic vintage Peaky Blinders. I'll rate Bisola a 7 out of 10 for this, mainly because of her boots. Next up, we have executive producer of the movie as well, Bukumi, aka Kie Kie. She's in Soft AIV Clothing, styled by Mayokun Michael. This look is a full Ashoke gangster fantasy, but flipped into a pinstripe power suit moment. I stand this look, totally. Burgundy mustard olive stripes, literally elongating her frame and making her look like the richest boss in the room. That 4-trimmed overcoat is giving, don't cross me unless you want to disappear in Lagos. The trousers are wide-legged perfection. The blazer is sharp, it is structured, while the long tie pulls in that masculine Peaky Blinders energy. And yet, she still looks feminine and powerful. The beret in Ashoke sealed the deal. If you are doing Peaky Blinders and you miss the cap, just go home. Cynthia Ofori, go. Then she layered on slim sunglasses, stacked gold rings, a cane, and bold watches. Honestly, Kie Kie accessorized like she had a line in the budget just for intimidation. Like, do you know who I am kind of vibe. Smart move with the sleek black finish shoes. Overall, Kie Kie was on theme. She didn't just dress up, she dressed like the woman in charge of the entire set. For me, this is a strong 9.5 out of 10. Her look gave a cultural flex, a fashion flex, and a boss flex all in one. Funke Akindele showed up to the Gingerrr premiere looking like the boss of bosses in Emmy, Kasbit, styled by Zach Styling. This was a whole fashion statement, if you ask me. That woven kente inspired piece with those bold geometric patterns in sky blue, fuchsia, orange, and green. It's rich, it's textured, and it is screaming cultural luxury while still playing in the Peaky Blinders sandbox. The long line coat with raw fringe hems gave that intentional, rugged but polished edge. Her waist was cinched with a miniskirt paired with a crisp white shirt and a tie in the same woven motif. It's sharp, it's structured, and let's be honest, she brought the femininity to an otherwise masculine gangster vibe. The skirt length, a little risque for Peaky Blinders, but hey, who said gangsters can't serve legs? For accessories, those oversized black sunglasses paired with the orange mini box bag and orange embellished palms are both coordinated and unexpected. The pop of orange against the blue coat, genius. Her pixie cut with bangs gave mob wife shake. Makeup stayed soft but glowy, letting the outfit do all the heavy lifting. She didn't just give us Peaky Blinders. She gave us Peaky Blinders on vacation in Accra, Ghana. 7.5 out of 10. Akin Faminu's outfit is the last I'll be analyzing in this episode of Fashion Roast. This three-piece suit is razor sharp. Black, crisp, and clean like a true mob boss. Layered with that camel overcoat, which added just the right amount of sophistication and luxury. The way it's draped over his shoulders, effortless power move. And let's not ignore that lining detail. The lining, the floral print peeking through. It gave a cheeky reminder that even gangsters can have a soft side. The mustard yellow tie, that's the statement piece. It pops against the monochrome suit and screams confidence without being loud. The gold wristwatch syncs perfectly with the tie. That flat cap is Peaky Blinders uniform, so yes, it's on theme 100%. His aviator shades is giving modern day mafia dawn. And then the prop, Gun. Okay, Akin, I see you committing to the role. Costume or not, you didn't just dress for the theme, you acted it out. His look is theme nailed, fit nailed, styling nailed. Akin Faminu ate this up and left no crumbs. David Wedge clearly knows how to make a man look like money, and for this, I'm going to rate him a 9 out of 10. And that's a wrap on the Gingerrr Movie Premiere Fashion Roast. The stars showed up and gave us their own interpretation of the Peaky Blinders theme. And I love how Nigerian fashion infused culture into this gangster vibe. Some people nailed it right on the head, some gave us a remix we did not ask for, but hey, that's what makes styling fun. Once again, a huge congratulations to the cast and crew of Gingerrr. September 26th, cinemas nationwide. Mark your calendars because I'll be there too, and you should too. Don't forget. Now it's your turn. Who do you think ate the theme of the most? And who do you think needs to go back and watch Peaky Blinders with a pen and paper? On my end, I cannot choose a favorite look. I think they all brought their best foot forward. But honorable mention to Kie Kie. She deserves it. For my least favorite dress, I sincerely wasn't feeling Bisola's look. Obviously using the theme as my yardstick. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this fashion roast with your fashion-loving friends and family members. Until next time, stay stylish, stay confident, stay amazing, and stay repping Chantel Nation. Mwah. Bye, y'all.
Always what got a crew. Nothing's impossible. Your favorite Nigerian YouTuber. She holding down the spot, can't move her. And you know she get deep like scuba. Fashion, lifestyle, let's do it. Vision till Anyanwu. Do what she got.